Well, the Patriots could not pull off the perfect preseason for the first time since 2003. The New York Football Giants beating the Patriots on a last-second touchdown pass from Kyle Lauletta, and they beat the Patriots 31-29, overcoming a 29-10 halftime deficit. My name is Mike Petraglia, joined by Evan Lazar. First of all, let's get to the big storyline of the game. The Patriots wide receiving core in the first half, in the first quarter. Julian Edelman, Demaryius Thomas, and Josh Gordon all looked pretty impressive on that first drive, and then Patriot fans held their breath as Julian Edelman fell on that left thumb.
Yeah, band's back together, right? You got the guys that you really thought were going to be the guys coming into the season. Maybe not Demaryius as much, but Gordon and Edelman back in the mix. I thought all three checked some boxes here tonight, looked the part. Demaryius obviously had the biggest night statistically, but I thought Gordon really looked pretty impressive. Looks like he has all that explosiveness that he had last year. That is huge for this team. I can't understate it enough. To replace what they lost with Rob Gronkowski to retirement with some explosive plays from Josh Gordon is going to pay huge dividends for this team. It was something that they weren't guaranteed to have.
All right, it was Demaryius Thomas with 6 catches on 7 targets, 85 yards, and the 2 touchdowns. One was a beautiful dime down the right sideline from Jarrett Stidham, who, by the way, played the whole game, 18 of 28, 225 yards, 2 touchdowns, both to Demaryius Thomas and an interception. But the pass he threw to Demaryius Thomas for the first touchdown of Thomas's night was a beauty.
Yeah, you know what? The arm talent is all there with Jarrett Stidham. I think that it would be nicer if it clicked a little bit faster to him. The decision-making, both the fact that is he making good decisions, but also is he making timely decisions. I think he's still getting stuck holding the ball in the pocket a little bit, and also maybe triggering to run a little bit earlier than I would like to see and not hanging in the pocket all the time. But the throw making is all there, right? He can make all the shots. It's just whether a question of what's going on between the ears and how quickly he can process things.
The other thing that I think is important to note right before that dime that Stidham dropped to Demaryius Thomas was the pass interference of 35 yards that Josh Gordon drew.
Yeah.
His numbers were not pretty on the night. He had, I believe, 1 catch on
2 for 6.
two catches, thank you,
Yeah.
on 6 targets, but only about 20 yards. But he did draw that 1 penalty.
Yeah, those penalty yards count too. And I think that Gordon, Brandon Cooks the year before that kind of added up a lot of those types of penalties. Listen, you get a lot of first downs out of those. You get a lot of yards out of those if they're spot fouls. So I almost count those in my kind of evaluation as catches, right? I mean, that's a 35-yard catch for Josh Gordon because of the spot foul. So I think that what you saw is that explosiveness, the ability to stretch the defense vertically and create explosive plays. The one catch he made along the sideline, the 19-yarder, he kind of had a tackler bounce off of him and broke a tackle, broke up the sideline. Those are plays that not a lot of guys other than Josh Gordon on this roster were making in the preseason. So now that he's back, they get those plays back.
Now, while Julian Edelman did come out of the game, Evan, with what appeared to be a tweak of that injured left thumb from training camp, he was on the sideline. He was joking around. He was smiling with everybody, getting involved at the end of the game. Look, if body language means anything, I don't think it's a big deal. I think he'll be ready for the September 8th season opener against the Steelers. What did you make of Brian Hoyer not seeing the field in this game?
I think the Patriots know exactly what they have with Brian Hoyer. I think the whole league at this point knows who Brian Hoyer is. We talked about this a lot during the game, that Brian Hoyer is not going to take anyone by surprise at this point. And going back to something that Belichick said on the radio earlier this week, if Jarrett Stidham doesn't play now, he's not going to play at all, because he's not going to play at all, hopefully, in the regular season. So really, it's going to be an entire year until Jarrett Stidham gets game reps. So he needs to get every last one of those reps, because what's happening with him right now is not ability. It's not, like I said, he can make all the throws. He has a really good deep ball, but the issue with him is decision-making and processing and the mental aspects of the game. The only way he's going to get better at those things is by playing.
All right, the Patriots fall in the preseason finale, 31-29. The Giants beating Gunnar Olszewski on a Kyle Lauletta throw.
You hate to see it end like that for Gunnar. Gunner's had a really great summer and has been kind of one of the surprises of the team. And to see it end like that, as that being like his last play potentially as a Patriot, is upsetting.
It's disappointing to be sure. But again, 31-29, the Patriots lose. They finish the preseason 3-1. Next up, the Pittsburgh Steelers for the Patriots here on September 8th, Sunday Night Football. Right above us, they will be dropping banner number 6, Super Bowl banner number 6. We'll have you covered as the Patriots approach cutdown Saturday to 53 here on CLNS Media. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at PatriotsCLNS. Inside Gillette Stadium, he's Evan Lazar, Mike Petralia, CLNS.